And welcome back to the Spatials. Grimjahk here. I am now recording my second episode of this, and I'm going to show you how to keep your station and your guests fed. So first things, you build the cheap diner. You want to have access to it, obviously, so that it can be built. And you're going to want access to it on two parts. This is one of the very worthwhile rooms that you can make for access for both your officers and your guests. But when you do that, make sure that you put a security plate there. And what I didn't do last episode was show you that you left-click it, and you can determine who can walk across it. So I can make visitors forbidden there, and I'm going to make visitors forbidden here. So only officers can get into this area here, but both officers and guests can get into the cheap diner. So now that the cheap diner is made, I can actually start producing goods, because you can't make it until you got a place to sell it. Set your production control to global and start with rations. And you want global on pretty much everything, because otherwise it will, if you leave it queued to infinite, it will make more of something than you really will ever sell, and it will waste your resources. So set one to everything, and you notice this is making, because it is currently making the product because it is lit. And over here, can't make the pizzas that I asked it to make because it doesn't have, I don't have any bugs. You gotta have bugs on your pizza, otherwise it's not a real pizza, at least in the year 2875. Now that it's making that, my officers are still hungry, so I can go back and look at them. They're all caught up on sleep, but they're hungry. Even though I'm making the stuff, they've got no place to eat it yet. So let's go back to the diner, and let's take a lunch table. I'm going to make two pairs, one lunch table and one refreshments counter. And then I'm going to do another refreshments counter here. No, I'm going to do that one over here. Move it over here. And then I'm going to take another lunch table and put it right there. And then I'm going to put in a bench over here, because now that we're dealing with a public area where you will have visitors, the decorations matter. So let's put that one there, rotate it. They don't actually use them, but apparently they matter. So I'm going to throw some in there anyhow. And now you'll see that I can go back to my officers, and they are actually eating. They are actually going to they're consuming over here in the lunchroom, and that will add to their hunger, or top off their hunger, as it were. So, and you'll also notice we have officers that are, let's see, go back to here. Who is doing what? Yeah, I've got an officer eating making rations, making dessert, making rations, making juice, consuming. Oh, consuming a bed. All right, that's how you do it. That's how you get sleep. You consume the bed. Oh, nope, it's still there. Okie dokie. So, we have gotten the ability for them to eat. We are now addressing, like I said, as they go up in levels. I did get other gear that I haven't done anything since the last episode, but they have challenges as you go up in levels. At level 3, hunger becomes vital. Thirst is vital. They start craving different types of things: juice, hygiene, Orion soda. Fun is vital. So as you can see, this becomes a long craves luxury dinner at level 25. So this is a very large scale progression to explore, and it's fun. I enjoy the hell out of this game. So let's see what is next on the agenda. I need to get, before my system run, before I start running too low on credits. And of course, you can always get credits by exploration and clearing out planets. I'm going to make my space dock right now. The important part of the space dock is the fact that the docks cannot be closer than 5 squares apart. So I'm making this a 5 by 5 or 4 squares apart, which means I will be able to fit 4 docks in that area. So let's do this, and I want that right across from there. Now, that solves that immediate need. Now, if you notice, I'm already low on inventory space. So, short term, I'm going to add some more pallets. Put one there and one there. And that will cover me again, give me more room. I'm going to come in here and start doing my upgrades on gear. Extra health is, let's see, what have I got? 182, 193, 113 is useless. 182, 193. So let's see who I've got. I've got 173, 193, 187, 253, 162. That being my engineer. Let's go ahead and throw that 193 on them. And let's see who else has any upgrades that I can do here. And that's a 173 to a 182. Not worth using up the chance at a better upgrade. Now the robot I'm going to hold on to, because that's my little buddy that, see, this is teleport. Teleport is a yellow skill which goes to the diplomat. The diplomat currently has a skill that is less than useful. I'm waiting for something much better to come along. The strong meds of 83 power may or may not. I'm going to say it's not an improvement because I would have already been. Strong meds heal the crew for a large amount. You know, it is worth it, except this is every 2 seconds I can heal them for 48. So every 4 seconds it's almost 100. Now I got to go 5 for 53. So no, it's not worth it. So we go back over here. We go to here. And we take it into inspection mode. And we drag these puppies over here. And get rid of that one. And recycle them and see what I got. Oh, that one is useless. Unload. This is a transfusion. This is transfer some health from the healthiest to the worst. That is absolutely utter garbage. So I'm getting rid of that one in a hurry. Interesting. That I didn't know. I've never noticed that one before. That might be... Well, I haven't really done any upgrades. I just hadn't noticed it. I happen to like my current area effect weapon, so I'm going to leave that the way it is. And just put that there. And let's go do some more damage. I mean, some more exploring. Here we go. Again, now I'm going to take this one because, one, I need the water. Water is huge here, so definitely worth doing. But more importantly, this one unlocks the next system, and that is also fairly important. So let's do this. This is an invitation to brunch in space station. Okay, this is one of those that you're better off clearing the map before you do your actual mission. The reason for that is you will, at the point when you trigger this mission, you will have to kind of do a running fight. And if everything around you is hostile, that makes it a much more dangerous running fight. So, yeah, none of these guys are going to aggro, but these guys will. So let's go over here and clean them out. All right, head over here. And single crates like that become our collectible. So you want that. And let's mash some buttons and run away. And sit here. Whoop. All right, everybody's all happy and healthy, and now we blow up all 3 of them in one shot. Collect their stuff, extra health. Here we go. And let's take him out. Whoa. Yes, this particular... Oh, let's get the crate. It's collectible. Whoa, no, don't go solo. Don't go solo. Let's come over here. Take that out. As long as you're taking them in small groups, onesie twosies, it's almost never a problem. And most certainly, as I've said before, I'll say again, if it's an even fight, you're doing it wrong. So never, don't go charging after 5 guys with 5 guys. Separate them out. Use 5 guys on 1. This is combat tactics. This isn't, this is not Romper Room. All right, so here we go. And boom. There we go. Mash the buttons. Mash the buttons. And do I have anybody over here that wants my attention? No. Okay, so I've cleared out everything up to and including... up to not including actually talking to the chef. Now, I'm going to read this because it's kind of amusing. As you approach the chef, the stench of oil and rat roast becomes overwhelming. Hello, explorers. You're conquering today. Not my restaurant, I hope. We want breakfast. Yeah, breakfast. What a fortunate coincidence. I'd have just baked a delicacy. Rat bagel with rat sprinkling and rats. Here, taste a bit. Ew, okay. I already know what's going to happen, so I'm running away. Projectile vomit everywhere. Yeah, that's kind of expected. Then everyone in there aggroes you all at once. If you go straight in there and you suddenly have them and the rest of the station all aggro on you, it gets a little messy. And him out, and him out, and him out. Start collecting things and then running away again and mash buttons. Come on over here, mash some more buttons, throw grenades at you two. There we go. So as you see, combat is not the trickiest thing in the universe here. It is, however, it's fun. I just have fun. This to me is a wonderful little distraction game. I have already put way too many hours in it. I may have put 20 hours in this game already, which for me, considering what the investment was, I hope you kept some of that bagel. We have a mega roach infestation in Sector B, and it looks like it would kill them fast. Ooh, I got my missile. Okay, missile is cool. Missile is a longer range, higher power, which is cool. Anyhow, let's go back to the base. Let's get out of here. We're going to leave here, but it always takes you all the way out rather than just letting you do your resources. So again, spend all of the resources on water right away. Yeah, I'll go ahead and buy up those. And now we're going to check again to see if there is a diplomat. Yes, hire, and let's go back to embassy and immediately dump you in. Where is the diplomat? There it is. Assign it. Good. So I now have 2 of the 3, and I'm down to 3 minutes, which is good. And I am doing well there. Let's see. Let's do our quick standard check on upgrades, starting with strategist, extra health. 185, 177, 185 would be worth it. Yeah, I'm going to run that 185 because, yeah. So we do the 185 implant, good. And let's see who the next one is. Nothing there, nothing there. Lisake. And let's see how my grenade upgrades. All right, so 60 with a 10-second cooldown on a 6-meter range. Now we go to an 88 power on an 8-meter range in a 12-second. Yeah, we're definitely going to upgrade that. Now let's come back over here. I still have the auto pick, and you know what? I'll go ahead and let the robot go. Recycle it, and I got a flamethrower. Unload, auto pick. Yeah, flamethrower I don't use because I don't like area effect that require you to be that close. I want the area effect to be a range. If I'm already in that close, choosing one skill over having everyone shoot at the same time, to me, is not a good option, I guess is the best way to put it. So we have, let's take a look at unlocked. Oh yes, I've unlocked the next sector. So let's back out, come in here. Ooh, it is a black hole. I've never seen one of those before. Now let's take a look at the recruits. Any more diplomats? No! Foo! Okay, I'm going to hire the scientist, however. Let's back out of that. No surprises there. Let's see. No, I'm not going to worry about that too much. I've got easier pickings over here. Let's go ahead and get the bug bits, because both of these are going to be useful now that I'm starting to accrue water, because I need the bugs for the pizza and I need the slimes for the ice cream. So we have this in place and start. What do we got here? Complete the objective to spawn a boss, and then hostile right off the bat. And let's do that. And yeah. It's just simple left click, auto attack, blast the hell out of anything that moves, you know. Not much different than most button mashing games there are. Far less strategy than many of them. But here we go. This is a little different. Boom! Grenade is your friend. Once you pull Mr. Pin from Mr. Grenade is not your friend anymore. Military Training 101. Boom! And when they, like I said, as long as they're coming at you onesie twosies, you're golden. Whoop. And actually, even the way the early level stuff goes, the only thing that's going to do you in is not paying attention and running out of energy. Because if you do run out of energy, two things happen. One, you can't use your special abilities, but you can't fire your weapons either. So if every time my engineer here gets down to no energy because I haven't been button mashing, he's not shooting his blaster anymore either. So that's a very bad situation. And let's see what we're collecting. Okay, so I've gotten lots of bugs already. Gotten a few slimes. That's not working. Alright. And I got one Empower, which is just going to charge up the lowest energy person, which for me is almost always my engineer. I love doing the ranged attack. Oh, run away. Run away. Run away. Blast him. There we go. Well, that's why I couldn't do it, because I'm sitting here talking about mashing the energy button and I'm still not doing it. Okay, yes, I derp here too. But this is such a fun game for me. This is a game that I will just plug in, I'll start playing it, and next thing I know, 2 hours have gone by, 3 hours have gone by. It's been a good investment. Like I said early in the first episode, I think it's $13, $15 somewhere in there on Steam. Well worth it. Well worth it. I will recommend it for anyone who's watching this and decides that, hey, that looks kind of fun. It is very fun. No doubt. Whoops. Let's mash the energy button. Mash the energy button. Snipe the critter when he comes running. Boom. And do that. And one more. And more energy. And one more energy. Come on. You can do it. Alright. That ought to irritate them a little. Yeah, I was showing this game earlier to a very good friend of mine, and she pointed out that, what are you doing? And I realized I'm trying to show people how to play the game. I don't see what you're pointing at. Well, it turns out that somehow I had turned off the cursor ability on the recording medium that I was using. Whoop! Mob spawn! Boss spawn, run away. And so I went, okay, gotta go home and fix this. Probably, I'm going to lose somebody here. Nope, there we go. And I realized that I had gone through and recorded 4 episodes of this, 2 hours, and you couldn't see my cursor anywhere. She says, how do they know what they're attacking? What are they doing? I don't understand. It's like, okay, I realized how bad a mistake that was in not catching it. So I'm re-recording my entire little Let's Play series from scratch. And it's still worth it. I got no problem. I love this game. It's fun. There we go. Boom! Yeah, this game and Minecraft. I love games that don't require a lot of instant reflexes. You can do a little bit of planning, a little bit of laying out. Okay, yes, we finished this one. Let's head back. Leave, except we're not leaving because I need to get my resources. 7, 8, 9, and 10. 4781. Okay, I'm starting to get close to the point where I need to be concerned. Hire the diplomat. There we go. Yay! So now I have a full contingency of diplomats in my station. And that means Augie Ventura. Ace Ventura. He hated that name. So now I have a full contingent. That means I'm at 2 minutes for my resources. So when I go home and take a look at this, I am starting to see good quantities of juice, ice cream. I do not see any rations because I am running out of seeds, I would assume. And I should be getting pizzas now because I have bugs. And I still don't have enough water. So, as I said, water is one of the early resources that's very important. And what I'm going to do, first I'm going to check and see if I have any upgrades. And I would be surprised if I didn't. Yep, there's one. 33 power. What is this? Oh, that's the junk one that I told you I didn't want. Okay, so let's do the recycler. Auto pick. Yes. And let's, wait a second. These are, yeah, that's junk. Recycle them. Now, what do I get here? I got 219. That's a good one. Unload. Who is going to benefit the most from that? 193, 185. Only 185, I think, is my best one. That's my strategist. Is going to get the new extra health for 219. Now, let's go back. And as I mentioned early on in the first episode, you can go back and redo any map and do it at a higher level to get a greater number of resources. Right now, I'm going to check this one. I get 2 here, and seeds I'm low on, so I'm going to go ahead and just do this mission right now. And then this, as soon as I finish, whoops, I'm not going to do this mission. Yes, I am going to do this mission. Quit arguing with me. Start. There we go. As soon as this mission will end the episode today, because again we're pushing the time. Now I'm getting here. This is not uncommon. It will have you go up through. Oh, nope. Different situation. I was thinking that I had to walk through this one to get to the actual mission. Sometimes they will send you to a location that is on the other side of some hostiles. Let's see, how am I doing? I'm already getting some water. I'm getting some seeds. Right, yes. We'll get a boss at the end, usually. Okay, mash the buttons, mash the buttons, mash the buttons. And come back around through here. Mash the buttons some more. And, oh, there's a hostile over there. Angry beetle! Alright, so we have... Boom! And we do that. Mash the buttons, mash the buttons, mash the buttons. Boom. Boom. Anytime you see the little blue star on top of a critter, that is saying that it is a mini boss, I believe. And that makes them just a little tougher. And that is one. Also, the fact that they are more likely to have the better drops. So you are more likely to get a device of a higher level or a higher power when you encounter those critters. So let's go ahead and keep juicing here. Pump that juice, pump that juice, pump that juice. And call me Berry Bonds. Alright, now who said that? Okay, I have at least one friend who now hates me even more for saying that. Alright, and I'm just swinging by down here because I saw that there's stuff to get. And that buddy was chasing me. There we go. And I'm going to save that. Pop him. And out come the mama bear. Come here, mama bear. Boom. And soften her up, and there you go. So that's episode 2 of the Spatials. Let's get out of here. Let's go collect our resources. Fruit, seeds, water, and oil. All of that important. I now have 2 of each of those. Good. Matter of fact, that one is probably going to... one of the first ones that I'm going to do a second run-through on is going to be Fakal here, because I need extra water, and doubling that up from 5 to 10 is good. So let's check the gear that I have and see what upgrades I have, and then we will call it an episode. Nothing to help the strategist. Nothing to help the diplomat. Nothing to help anybody? Seriously? It's all garbage? What are my robots? 49 power, 54 power. Let's set that aside. Do an auto pick. Recycle. Ooh, fibers is good. 2 power, 2 cooldown. That is... I don't know how good that is. That's going to be an improvement for somebody, though, isn't it? I think it's looking primarily at... Yeah, so 2 power for 2 cooldown is basically... Yeah, no, that's a weak little pop toy. 157, no good. Recycle them. What is this? Plus 4 health per second. That might be an upgrade for the doctor. Let's see. The doctor, one thing I will note is that your scientist is casting the recharge, which means he is charging everyone else with that. The doctor, I believe, is only charging other teammates, not himself. So the health regen is important to the doctor, and this one obviously isn't an improvement, so I'm not going to use it. And let's recycle that and unload that, and that right there. Oh, one thing I didn't show you, and I'll cover that real quickly before the end, is while I did set these to global, the way you get to that global setting is you come over here off your little loudspeaker and you scroll down here until you find what it is that you're making. So we have desserts are currently set at 100. I generally prefer all of my foods that I'm producing to be set at 200 because I don't mind them being a little overstocked, but I don't want them to be heavily overstocked. So now I have all of my foodstuffs set at 200. You also use the same thing when you start making other things like fuel cells, which is something we're going to get into very quickly. So I think we are at the point where I'm going to start off next episode with putting in a dock and bringing in some aliens. Well, bringing in some visitors. Let's put it that way. So thank you very much for watching. Likes, dislikes, comments, all appreciated. It helps the channel. And I will talk to you or talk at you again later. Again, have a good evening, have a good day, and goodbye.